This is the RAD Position with ASRT CEO and Executive Director Melissa Pergola. A podcast for medical imaging and radiation therapy professionals.
At Beakley Medical, we're inspired by the people behind the scans, the professionals who bring care to life. From patient comfort to image clarity, we believe small things make a big difference. Our purpose is to help you care better, so patients feel seen and caregivers feel supported. Because caring for caregivers is at the heart of everything we do.
Hi there, and welcome back to the RAD Position podcast. I'm your host, Melissa Pergola, ASRT CEO.
And I'm her podcast partner, Ray Arambula.
And we're here with ASRT President-elect Marissa Mangrum.
Hi, thank you for having me back. I'm so excited to be here.
Yeah, it is exciting. Back. So, Marissa, last time we talked about mentoring, but today we're going to talk about something else that is very close to your heart, and that is burnout and stress and mental health and how important it is that we have these conversations.
Yes. It's one of those things that I think is so important. I think we worry about our job and all the technical things we do, but it's these other things, the taking care of the whole professional, not just the 8 to 5, that is really important to me.
And as our president-elect, it is really heartening to know that that is important to you because we see so much of that in our profession. But before we continue with your questions, I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit of an introduction for Marissa. So Marissa Mangrum is the Radiation Therapy Program Director for the University of Oklahoma. Marissa's educational background includes a bachelor's degree in radiation therapy from the University of Oklahoma and a master's of science degree in radiologic science from Midwestern State University. She is registered in radiation therapy and has worked as a staff therapist, simulation therapist, and in education, serving as a program director and clinical coordinator. Marissa has served on the board of directors for the American Society of Radiologic Technologists, and in addition, she has served on numerous committees for the ASRT, including the Practice Standards Council, Radiation Therapy Curriculum Work Group, Radiation Oncology Safety Stakeholders Initiative, and she has served 2 terms as Radiation Therapy Chapter Delegate, serving as chair and vice chair. So again, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
So Marissa, to start, my first question is, when you think about burnout in radiation therapy and in medical imaging, what does that look like in day-to-day practice?
So I think it's going to be a little bit different dependent on where you're working and what you're working in. But, in general, it's a chronic fatigue. It's irritability. It's kind of a detachment from your job and what you find a passion in. We all entered this field to treat patients and take care of patients. So I think when you start being burnt out or have those stressors, you start losing sight of what was passionate about coming into the field. So I think that's what first starts happening.
And have you personally experienced moments where burnout and high stress in your career? And what has helped you kind of get through those times?
I definitely have. Like all of us in every profession, we have those stressors. Mine probably was when I had small children.
Oh, yeah.
It's very hard to juggle when you have many different hats that you wear in a facility where you're working, plus out in your personal life. Yeah. So that was one of those stressors. And I know there are a lot of people who do that on a daily basis. Kind of one of the big stress points were when both my parents passed away, and it was from cancer. And so they had it was about 5-year battle, each of them around at the same time. And at that time, I was actually treating patients, and with them both having cancer, it was kind of that I knew all of what, the background and everything, which was great to help them. Yeah. But also you're giving yourselves to your patients. Yeah. And then you are also feeling this sense of, I need some support, you know, because I am taking care of the same type of patients in my personal life as well.
Mm-hmm.
I think what happened there, I really am lucky that I have had great friends that have helped me along, friends in the field, friends with ASRT, the people that I've met years ago on ASRT committees were there and understood that burnout, understood that stress. I think that was really a time that, you know, I was able to move forward, able to do what I needed to do. And I was really fortunate. And I think I want everybody to have that. I want everybody to have that ability if they need it. I didn't like to ask for help. And I think that's a lot of us in the field, that we go in, we take care of our patients, and we just kind of put one foot in front of the other and go. But I think it's important to let people know that and be vulnerable, say, I need some help, or that we just see somebody and make sure we ask them, do you have something going on, and have that connection.
Yeah. And especially you mentioned within the profession and your ASRT colleagues and that community that we have. I think that is a benefit that we don't think about when we are a volunteer or we're a member of something like the ASRT. And in particular, when you're going through something like that, to have someone who is in your community that truly understands feels like a safe space. And we're lucky when we have that.
Oh, definitely. And that community, it's a community all over the country.
Yes.
My best friends are from all over the country, and they're the ones I can lean on at any time. So, I mean, that's been one of the things that have been so fortunate to have made those bonds through the communities in the ASRT.
And you mentioned kind of two different ends in the spectrum. You talk about having young kids and maybe having parents with cancer, you know, and that those definitely are personal. What do you define burnout? What does that look like in a healthcare setting? You know, it might be different from just being tired or stressed.
Well, I think it's actually considered an occupational syndrome, and it's emotional exhaustion because we have the emotion of caring for those patients.
Right.
And there's this things called compassion fatigue that we can have as well, and just a reduced sense of accomplishment in the field. So it's not just feeling stressed, but having this prolonged feeling of exhaustion, you know, that's something that's chronic, that's a little bit more depending on. Also, we have physical things, right? We're physically exhausted because we have this job of caring for patients, then the emotional exhaustion of caring for them mentally and helping them through processes, and if they're chronically ill and all these things as well. So it's just, there's a lot of things and then that's not even touching that if you have your short workers, so the workforce, and you're doing double shifts or you're working double of what you should be, that compounds it as well. So there's a lot of things right now that I think is attributing to that in healthcare.
So you've already kind of mentioned this, but do you think there are any other unique challenges that we have in radiation therapy or medical imaging that lead to burnout?
I think the unique challenges we have is right now kind of the workforce, needing more workers in the workforce. So we have this shortage. So that's and I know all of healthcare, a lot of healthcare are feeling that. We are feeling it quite a bit. So that's a concern. And I think just what we put into our job with our patients. And, you know, if you're in the trauma ER, you're seeing patients that's different. Or if you're in caring for a cancer patient. So I think that's why it's different. We have this special skill set. We are the professionals that put everything into our patients. And then I think that can lead to it because we have such a high load of what we're doing that is special to what we do that can make that worse.
And I wonder, I heard you say earlier that when you were going through cancer with your parents, and I'm sorry for that. Both my parents passed from cancer too. It's an interesting place to be where, like you said, you know what's going on so that you can assist, but you know what's going on.
Yes.
And I think that is a unique thing in our profession, right? It's you understand what this means and what this is going to look like.
Oh, yeah.
And can I ask you a personal question?
Sure.
Did your parents did either one of them have therapy?
Yes.
Okay.
They both did.
Okay. So you really knew,
Mhm.
you really understood what was,
Yeah.
that's hard. That's
Yeah.
hard. Yeah. And you figure, I mean, I really don't know of anybody that's not been touched by cancer, whether it's a family member themselves or their friends, right? And when you're a therapist in particular, I can't imagine how that adds to your stress on a daily basis. Like I said, that you know.
Yeah, it's that double-edged sword, right?
Yeah.
You have all the information to help them and give this, but it's that kind of, you have to kind of shut it off. And, there's these 5-year survival rates and they can be really low. Both of my parents had lung cancer, so really low. But then you always say, but there's a slow percentage. But there's also a percentage of people who survive. My parents both survived longer than the 5-year survival rate. So they did go past that.
Wow.
So there are those things to be definitely thankful for. And the radiation treatments, they're, getting CTs, getting chest x-ray. That's how they found it, right, for my patients. So our whole field is what helped find it. And then they were also treated with therapy. So it very much was great to know that our field was helping. But then on the other side, I know that other side of what is to come, possibly.
And it's really eye-opening to see the ripple effect that this has on individuals, and then how that plays into not just the clinicians, but also to the team dynamics and the patient care. Can you talk a little bit about that and what has been maybe your experience around that?
So there have been some studies looking, and because I love this topic and finding research that, this translates into decreased job performance. And it also a bad team dynamic. If everybody's angry, if everybody's stressed and burnt out, there is this breakdown of communication with your staff. And that kind of just feeds just not a great experience, right? If you've been in, and I'm sure everybody's been in this workplace that's just tension, and that's what happens. It was very interesting at the annual Governance and House of Delegates meeting this year in Reno. A student, I was in the management chapter meeting, and a student stood up and he said that he felt already that students already felt burnt out because they were going into clinics where the clinicians were burnt out, they were stressed. And he said, this is me and my other, the other students were like, it just is breeding. They're like, do we want to do this? So it's sending this bigger, it's a bigger problem.
Right.
It's not right there. But so, laughter is contagious. So is burnout and stress, obviously. And he mentioned it. That same student stood up again and talked about it twice. So it is a major, that was really eye-opening to me that they are seeing it and they are feeling it.
You talked about earlier checking in on one another and just asking how you're doing and see if there's anything going on. What other small changes can we make as leaders to show that we're supportive in that way, or see if there's anything we can do for one another?
Yeah, that first one is one of the biggest ones. I think a thank you or a personal conversation with somebody makes a huge difference. Just looking somebody in the eye and saying, thank you. You did a great job doing that. I don't think we do enough of that. I think that's just something we're so busy we don't do. Some other things is to allow the employees to be able to have time. I know it's very hard in the hospital and very hard when so just maybe finding ways that they can have some personal time, or if there's ways we can incorporate exercise. Exercise and some type of exercise program, providing healthy snacks available, healthy things. I've seen some great things even being here, like the coloring.
Yeah.
They say coloring is very therapeutic.
Yes.
One of the other things is as a leader, you also relax, and that sets an example.
Yes.
I think a lot of times those in charge think they need to be the ones that work 24 hours a day, send out emails all the time, and do all those things because they're the ones in charge of everything.
Yeah.
And I think it has a opposite of reaction than what they think, because then it makes you feel like, oh, am I supposed to be doing that? Should I be taking on all of these things? So I think management, if they learn, maybe they are working all weekend, but sending those emails, having them scheduled for just the work week. I think those are very helpful to just kind of set that culture. So it starts with the top.
Yeah.
It needs to set that culture of it's important to have wellness, to take time for yourself.
Melissa does such a great job here at our organization, and she talks a lot about modeling the way and really being the example of what you want to see happen in the organization. So those are some great takeaways. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah. And I think it is important, right? We have to be careful as leaders, though, that we don't just that we do walk the walk, walk the talk. How do you say that? Do walk the talk, because it's important to me that the employees at ASRT do that. But early on, from one of your colleagues, I got a note that said, "You say you want us to do this, but the way you go is not sustainable, and you're not really modeling the way." So I like the idea of what I think people need to give feedback to their leaders. Yeah. So then at one point, right after I started, I had to have surgery, and I really had to be out. And one of your colleagues said to me, "Wow, you really didn't answer any emails for like 9 days." But what I can tell you changed in me after that 9 days, and I'll just say it. So I had to have my thyroid taken out because I was diagnosed with thyroid cancer, and I'm me. So I was like, okay, well, I'll take off a week and a half, and then I had a full docket of meetings again. It's going to be no big deal. Well, I didn't get my voice back, right? What is going on?
Oh my goodness.
So I had to cancel my meetings. And so when I got back, not only did I not answer while I was away, but when I got back, I canceled all my meetings for multiple days. And I actually sat quietly and got caught up. And I felt like I had added 10 years to my life. I felt like I'm in my mid-50s and I've never taken 2 weeks for myself. I probably have never taken 2 weeks in my life. And so then I realized, like you said, I have to model that. Yeah. I say, I want you to do that. Leaders have to do that. And it's the little things, like you even mentioned here. That's a culture. Like when I didn't even know that they had up like posters for coloring on the second floor here, but the culture is wellness. And when leaders do things like that, the little things, right? We're going to put coloring books out. We're going to try to create space for you. Then the employees really feel seen and they really feel like that the leadership does care. And that fills their heart too. They feel appreciated, which is what you were talking about. You need to say thank you. And so it's little things that leaders can do, right?
Yeah, definitely. And I think it's being vulnerable, having those discussions and learning about it's important to learn the other things about people. Yeah. That's where I found, with my students, I want to know as much as they'll tell me because I care for them, you know, and it's that connection of knowing when, someone has kids or has something going on in their lives, if they want to share that. I mean, I know it's not always something that wants to be shared, but I do think that's very important. And if we have happier, technologists, therapists, our patients are going to be that. And there's studies that show that too. Patient care is better when you have people that are happy and aren't stressed and burnt out.
It makes so much sense. It was interesting to hear the research behind when you have a burnt out people who are burnt out, then that tends to have others who come into that area then feel that burnout more quickly. And I guess I never realized it when I was a young technologist, but I worked in multiple places, and the job was always the same, basically. But it was the group of people I worked with that made me either happy to get up or want to stay in bed. And I can only imagine in today's world, if those young students are going into a department where everyone is burnt out and there's no happiness. I mean, we have to have happiness, that they are going to get burnt out immediately and they're not going to be happy with the profession. And I don't know if that's what was causing it back then or they were just bad apples. But I mean, if it's perpetuated today with burnout, that's a tough department to work in.
Yeah. And I think there's so many other factors too today, like constantly being on our phones, right? We always have our phones. So information is always bombarding us. So we always can get emails. We always can read emails. We can always so I think that brings it to, we need to be detached and just go, around here, there's the great hiking mountains, hike up in the mountains and just kind of don't look at your phone. Don't do. So I think there's a lot of things that can be done that personally we can do as well to make ourselves feel better. But then there's those things on the workplace as well that can be done to contribute.
Yeah. So what about you being the president-elect of ASRT? What are things that professional associations like ASRT can do to play a role in really addressing burnout?
Well, I think some of the things that have already happened. So acknowledgement, the Be Seen campaign. So that's one of the things, people want to be acknowledged. And so that's the start of really getting that on a national, the BRAD award for facilities as well. So those are some great things. Also, the consensus committee, bringing together all the groups and addressing what the concerns are. That's going to help with one of the major things like staffing shortage. So bringing all those together, those are great things that are continue to help bring it to the light. The journals, there's articles on burnout. There's CE talks on these things and what can be done for them. So I think there are tons of things that can be done and that are already being done by the ASRT. Also, mentoring programs. That's another thing that they say really helps with burnout is when somebody has a mentor in their workplace. And so I've seen places, and we talked about this before because that was one of my other things that I really thought was great, that some places have a mentor that's assigned, and that's one of their onboarding things for their new hires. So I think that can help as well.
So that's more like a systemic change, right? So are there other sort of systemic changes that are needed to create a healthier workplace?
So I definitely think if healthcare, hospitals, clinics, the whole system are committed to wellness, have wellness programs that can really help within the healthcare profession in general, and especially with the technologist, therapist as well. So making those changes to provide more time, more staff if possible at the time. Again, it's difficult. But some of these stress management types of where they bring people in to talk. I know we used to have at my workplace, they would bring in somebody to do chair massages. So we would kind of rotate off the treatment machine and somebody would go get a chair massage. So little things like that, yoga during lunch. And so I think there are a lot of things that can be done. I think what's important is it's being brought and more people are talking about it.
We'll be right back after this short message. ASRT members, did you know that you're sitting on a treasure trove of savings? Introducing ASRT Member Perks, your exclusive gateway to incredible deals. Whether you're shopping for auto insurance, planning a getaway, or treating yourself to a night out, your member perks provide you with discounts that can add up quickly. So why not start saving today? Unlock your ASRT member perks and experience the benefits you deserve. Visit ASRT.org/member perks to learn more and start saving now.
All right. So we're going to transition now.
Yeah. Marissa remembers this. She's done a game before, right?
Yes, we're at game time. So Marissa is not new to the board, so I've gotten to know her. I know a few things about her. I know that she makes sourdough bread.
Yes.
I also know that both of you are passionate about true crime
Oh, yeah.
documentaries.
Yeah. We found out that we both go to sleep to Dateline.
Yes. Yeah.
What that says about us, but
Yeah, I don't know.
isn't Keith Morrison's
We're not gonna
voice is
answer
Yes,
that.
that's
very
what I was about to say, his
soothing.
voice.
Yes.
So we're going to play a game called True Crumb. A play on true crime, sourdough.
Yes.
Oh,
Okay.
you're so clever, Ray.
So I'm going to give some phrases
Okay.
right, about sourdough. And they're either truth or they're myth. But instead of the word truth or myth, we're going to use the words speculative or evidence.
Speculative or evidence. Okay.
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 So let's give an example. So sourdough toothpaste.
Speculative.
Yeah, speculative.
Yeah, you're correct.
Okay.
Okay. See, you got this.
Okay.
All right. So here's the next one. Sourdough dog biscuits.
Evidence.
Evidence, yeah.
Evidence. Both of you correct. Yeah. Bakers really make pet treats with the
Really?
discard of sourdough.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Huh.
Huh.
Yeah.
I said that, but as I was saying it, I was wondering if it really was safe for them, but guess it is.
Yeah.
Sourdough sushi rolls.
Speculative.
Yeah, they're not quite there
Ugh.
yet.
Where would it even be?
Yeah.
It's rice.
How about this one? Sourdough ice cream sandwiches.
Evidence.
Ah, yeah, evidence. I could see that.
Yeah, it's actually a thing. People make sourdough cookies and pair them with ice cream.
Have you made that, Marissa?
Yes, I
Okay.
actually make sourdough cookies. They're the best, and I make them like in a triple batch, and I'll freeze them. You can freeze cookies in rolls, and then
Yeah.
just get them
Yes.
out when you want them, and cut them off and bake however much you
That's
want.
sourdough?
So,
Wow.
yeah, with the sourdough discard.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's just like it just replaces the other rising type ingredients.
Wow.
Yeah.
But have you made an ice cream sandwich? Have you put it together with ice cream yet?
I ate ice cream on top of the
Oh,
cookie,
there
but
you
I
go.
didn't make it as a sandwich. So,
Okay.
Close enough.
Close enough, yeah. Okay, so there's a sourdough cocktail called the Crusty Mary that uses fermented bread base instead of tomato juice. Is that speculative or evidence?
Speculative.
Yes, yeah. Actually, it does exist.
because there's hooch.
That's right.
What is hooch?
That's right.
What is that?
It's like what your discard, if it's
Mhm.
hungry, if your sourdough discard is hungry and you don't feed it, it gets hooch
Yeah.
built up. It's a layer. It's actually like an alcohol. It's like making like a moonshine type thing,
Get
right?
out.
Okay, last one. Someone once baked a loaf of sourdough using flour ground from crickets.
That's probably evidence.
I would
People
say
use
evidence
crickets
as
for
well.
It is. I was surprised.
stuff. Yeah.
Edible insect flours have been used in artesian breads.
Huh.
No idea.
I mean, you'd need a lot of crickets.
Yeah, I
Just
was gonna
ground
say.
up that
Ground
much.
them up.
Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you for playing along. Marissa still wins.
Yeah, she
had
always
better
wins.
answers. Yeah.
Oh, well, thank you.
All right. So now it's time for our
We see you segment.
We See You segment. We have Marissa here to answer with
Yeah.
us.
Okay.
Great.
All right, let's kick it off.
I have one question about the SLDP program. I just got accepted to the program, but what are some specific ways from your perspective that I can leverage the program to advance my career?
What'd you
Good
say?
question.
It is.
I'm going to start with Marissa.
Oh, well, I want to say congratulations
Yes.
that he
Yeah.
got in the program. Definitely take advantage of being around, when you come to
Yeah.
the annual meeting, talk to people,
Mm.
Yeah.
reach out. They want to talk to you. They
Yes.
love it. Everybody here loves to talk to the students. So take advantage of all of that. Go speak to the board of directors and just everybody. I think it's such a great experience.
Yeah.
And that's what I think is great about it.
I would just say share your experience.
Mm.
You know,
Oh, definitely.
I think, we have opportunities for you to write and submit
Yes.
articles. So that would be a
Yes.
good way. I think getting involved in volunteering, looking at the different committees that we have, the different task forces that are out there,
Yep.
that'd be a good way to start advancing your career as well.
Yeah. So my answer kind of ties the two together. So I think it's networking and introducing yourself to people and learning from others. But also we require that our Student to Leadership Development Program participants, SLDP, remain a member. I think we actually pay for their affiliate membership, but we also, they don't just have to be a member, you have to be involved too. And I think that's critical. Use that 3 years of being in the program to meet people, network, get your name out there, and really try to volunteer significantly in your affiliate.
Yeah.
And that's sort of how you build your leadership skills, right? Through to like where Marissa is sitting. Oftentimes our leaders that become president-elect, president, were our affiliate leaders. So it's a real opportunity for you to sort of get your name out there, network, and start that volunteerism.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So congratulations again.
Yeah.
And thank you for the question.
Okay. It's time for your updates.
It is. It is.
And you know what we say around here? Don't put yourself in a bad position.
Stay up to date with the RAD position.
There you go.
So this is airing right around the holidays, and the team usually writes our updates. So I have something that I could read, but I really think the heart of it is more about saying happy holidays to all of our members and to all of our listeners, and really wishing that you have the most amazing time this holiday. And so maybe we could all give a little holiday greeting.
Yes. Happy holidays. I obviously did not get the memo. You're wearing red. I'm wearing blue. No blue goes, but yes, happy holidays.
Yes. Happy holidays.
And so we'd like to wish the entire medical imaging and radiation therapy community a happy holiday season. Well, we usually say sort of, what a great episode, but I feel like it's more, what an important episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think, Marissa, you touched on a lot of things, but you gave us a lot of good takeaways.
Yeah.
Even small just challenges we can use in our daily lives. And I think what resonates for me, at least, is that it's not just about being tired. It's about protecting that passion that you have for the whole reason you got into your career, into your field. So thank you for sharing your perspectives on that. Really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. I'm very excited to, over the next year, to talk more about what I think I'm so passionate about.
Yeah.
And I just want to ask everybody out there to maybe a little challenge to go and say thank you to somebody today. Take them aside, text somebody, and give them a little meaningful thank you. So.
Oh, I love that. I love that.
So thank you for having me.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the last thing I would say, Marissa, is I truly believe that things always happen the way they're supposed to. And I feel like we get the leaders that we need at the right time. And you are definitely the right leader for this time.
Thank you.
And it's going to be a great year.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Well, thank you all for listening and joining in. And please don't forget to subscribe.
Yes.
Also email us at radposition@asrt.org.
That's right. That's right. And to all our medical imaging and radiation therapy professionals, be seen
And stay rad.